There are several reasons for setting the play in a different era than it's set. Um, I've seen it several times. I love the play. I think it's a genuine classic. And every time I've seen it, I think there's been an issue, particularly for the younger audience, about understanding the story, which is that there are two hurdles to the story. One is that you need to know about the Suez in 1956, and the other one is you need to know about music hall. Most people under 75, 80 won't know about either of those things. And so they set up a barrier between the audience and the story that the play wants to tell. And by removing it from its original context and setting it much more up to date, I think it makes it a much more accessible experience for the audience. And the audience doesn't have to work so hard. I think they will just get the story. What's also interesting is that in the 1950s, when the play was originally set, when we went to war in the Suez Crisis, it was all a moment about Britain trying to establish its status on the international stage, and that's exactly what happened in 1982. At the same time, in the early 80s, we also saw a cultural shift between old-style comedy, so the outlawing of sexist, racist jokes, and the incoming of a sort of politicised new comedy, which is called alternative comedy. So in those two background issues about the political context and about the changing culture, in the original version it's from music hall to the end of music hall, in this version it's from old style comedy to alternative comedy, you find that there are two parallels which are really, really strong and really resonant, and hopefully make this production feel much more accessible than any previous production. What you'll find in this production of The Entertainer is a much broader and more accessible series of songs than in the original typescript. And what we're trying to do is to express the whole history of popular entertainment from 1940 to 1982. So it's everything from Vera Lynn to Kajagoogoo. I mean, it's a really broad diet of songs and music, and some of them are camp, and some of them are kitsch, and some of them are moving. And it is both to articulate the themes of the play, but also to show you how popular entertainment has evolved and changed, in some ways not for the better, over that time. So you begin with these extraordinary songs from the 1940s, which is the era when everybody believed in the same thing, and all of those great 40 songs that bound the country together through its biggest crisis. And then by the time you get to 1982, when Archie is appearing in his end of Pier show, you find that popular entertainment has been sort of corroded and corrupted, so it's all cheesy and a bit disco-y. I think that it's a genuine masterpiece, and that's because the personal story of the family on stage also echoes the larger political story, and it's not just about the fate of one family or about one man, but about who we are as human beings. So it feels to me to be very timeless, even though it's set in a very specific period of history. Great British entertainment.